After what happened in the tower, I swore I was done with the woods. No more ranger work, no more towers. I moved south out of Minnesota altogether, rented a cheap cabin in western Pennsylvania, just me and the trees. No neighbors close enough to see. Just how I liked it. Or thought I did. It took me a while to sleep through the night again. I'd wake up convinced something was outside, staring in. Most nights I'd check the windows with a flashlight. Nothing, just forest, always forest. But then came the trail cam photo. You remember? The one I mentioned before. I set it up behind the cabin just to reassure myself. At first it only caught raccoons, deer, a coyote once, nothing weird. Until the night it wasn't nothing. One still frame, 3:12 a.m. that thing. Tall, pale, black eyes, limbs too long. But the worst part? It wasn't in the woods. It was standing on my deck, looking directly at the lens. I tried convincing myself it was a glitch, a prank, a fluke. But then I heard it again. The voice. Help me. Same tone, same words, same wrong rhythm, just like back at the tower. Except this time it was louder, closer, right outside the damn window. I did what anyone would do. Packed a bag, booked a motel in town, and stayed gone for 3 nights. I was ready to break my lease, move again, change my name if I had to. But I came back once, just to grab my rifle and trail cam, and found something new. A dead squirrel nailed to my front door, upside down, its stomach torn open. Inside was a single feather. I don't even know what bird it came from, pure white, too long, like something out of a nightmare. I told myself this was a person, some sick freak trying to scare me. But deep down, I knew better. And that's when things shifted. Because what came next wasn't the Wendigo. It was something worse, something smaller. I noticed it in the corners of my eyes. A shape, hunched, pale gray, crawling low like an animal, but thin and fast. I'd see it only for a second, always at night, just before sleep, or right as I woke up. Never full on, just enough to know it was there. One night, I snapped. I left every light off, sat by the back door with my rifle, and waited. No trail cam this time, no motion lights, just me in the dark. Around 3:30, I heard the deck creak. I held my breath. Then I saw it. Not the Wendigo, something else. It was crouched just beyond the glass, thin, naked, bones pushing through its skin. No hair, no lips, just teeth, long, yellow, exposed in a constant grin, and black eyes, deep and glossy like wet coal. It didn't speak, didn't scream. It just watched. And then it moved. Fast. Faster than anything should move. Right to the side of the cabin. I heard claws on wood, a skittering sound like rats in the walls. But this was outside. I backed away from the door, hard hammering. I didn't dare shoot. I don't think it would have mattered. Suddenly, thump, from the roof. It was on top, crawling. I heard it pass over me, then silence. I sat there until dawn. When I finally went outside, I saw the shingles ripped up where something had clawed across them. 4 long gouges, like talons. I checked the trail cam later that day. Only one new photo. This time it wasn't on the deck, it was in the tree line, squatting, watching. And in the corner of the frame, a second figure. Tall, pale. The Wendigo. They were together. I don't know what that means. I don't know if one brought the other. But something is following me. Or maybe I opened something, invited it in without realizing. I moved again 3 weeks later, tossed the trail cam in the river, smashed my phone, burned the old clothes I wore in the tower, left my guns behind. None of it felt like it made a difference. I started sleeping with a light on. All of them, actually. Every room, even the bathroom. And then last week my landlord called, said the power bill was off the charts. He laughed about it, asked if I was growing weed or hiding a server farm. I told him I just like to keep the place bright. And he said, "Oh, well, that makes sense. One of the neighbors said they saw a man crouched in your bushes the other night. They didn't want to knock, figured you already knew. But I didn't, and I still don't. All I know is this. The Wendigo copies you. The rake studies you, and when you notice them both, it's already too late.